We got the new partner, so in 2 days we actually flying over to the UK, and we found a really good, solid manufacturer. Over 80 years in business, I believe. He's was established 1931. Very clean environment, very tidy everything. So they manufacture LED signal lamps for all industrial applications. For example, they do automotive, aviation, railways, medical, they do panel mounting. Important things to know about those things, about those tiny lamps. They need to have long life and to be very efficient, and as well vibration resistance. Depends on your application. So for example, for the railway, they do have, they don't need the UL, but they have even better than that.
There is some raw materials in there because what we have is a system where nothing stays in the same place twice. So as soon as there's a space on the shelf, you can go into it. So you don't necessarily always have to stay in stock location, and that way it keeps the stock accurate. Okay. Yeah. Every operator has the same tools. They have the same presses, identical. Okay. The reason we do it like this is we can see if anything's missing.
Yeah.
The tools are always calibrated exactly. There's a 100% calibration on everything, so we know.
Is that every day? Like
no, not every day. By hours. It's done by the hours. So the computer will tell us when a tool needs to be recalibrated, and we'll get to that as well. But as you see, every workstation has the same tool. So every tool has a serial number, and everyone will have a date code of when it needs to be changed. So where did I take that one from? MG U2. Oh, nearly put it in the wrong place. That would have been fatal, wouldn't it? But yeah, so everything, everything is.
Where do you produce all this little thing?
We produce some here, or some of it we have made. I don't know what they all do, but aviation LED. So it's a really clever bit of kit, this one.
Yeah, because it's all nice.
Yeah. Again, everything's made in hundreds and that, so that you can instantly see if something's missing. It's quite obvious that when that's done, there's 100 pieces there. You can't be wrong.
Yeah.
If there's a hole there, we know that there's only 99 or 98 or whatever, and it gives us a chance to rectify.
This will be fun when you watch them.
Oh wow!
Like go through, and then every station they do something.
Every station either puts the lamp in, or puts the contacts in.
Yeah.
So it starts.
You produce a bulb.
Start with the raw materials.
Yeah.
Then you've got your contacts, which will also be fed in there. And there's another set here, and finally your lamp will go in, and it can produce 3,500 an hour. Okay, it drives you mad.
3,500.
3,500 per hour. Okay, there's 3 machines here doing different things, all doing different lamps. And it will test everyone, it will turn it on and off maybe half a dozen times. It will also photograph it to make sure the filament is in the correct place, and it will do a current test on it.
Super cool. And where you get this?
Well, we used to make them.
You make them?
Well, we did.
Wow.
Our machinery is in China now.
I think I run forever.
Well, some of these have been running since 1980. Group 80, that's why it's called 90. Group 80, it's been running for 40 years.
40 years. That's so impressive. 40 years.
So, and these are rejects. So we own the tooling, we design the tooling. Okay, this is a new tool, so this was only been operating now for about 3 years. It's a 64 cavity. It produces up to 500,000 a week. This year, everything is blue, okay? So all gauges, everything, if you pick a gauge up anywhere and it's not blue, it's the wrong year. It needs to be calibrated. So it's really basic stuff that everybody can see at a glance.
Yeah, what's going on?
Improve either the life, or we can do a good estimate on life expectancy. So the LED aviation one I was showing you is 50,000 hours is what we warranted for. So far it's been running about 80,000 hours and we've not had a failure. So we know it can run longer than we say, and I'd rather that than it ever fail. There's nothing being tested in here currently. I don't know why.
Are they normal temperature? So it's just a regular temperature, purely built on the hours, but not built on the.
No, it's done on hours. I don't think this is controlled it's not temperature controlled. So it is just purely an hour thing. So, but you know, it should be run at, we don't run it high temperature, for example. But we will, there's probably an equation for it, but I'm not mentioning it, so I'm not for that.
How often do you do this?